Well, this is kind of like a half improvised guide about the character named Nabe, because someone politely asked me to give like a little guide of the character, so here it is. Um, Before anything else, I must say I never leveled up the character and I never upgraded her. And as you can see, she's just level 40, 5 stars, 10k combat power, not a great deal. And here she is, the basic stats. But even when I don't have her at a high level, I know what fits her and I could give like a little orientation about what's good with her and what will be the, uh, let's say, the best things to give her. Before anything else, I will say the basic stuff. If you have Hierarch Light, upgrade it. Of course, the stars. Same goes for the stars of the character. You will get them playing Expedition, and that is natural progress with the story mode, so no problem there. If you want to keep this character and use it in your playthrough, it could be on the campaign or well, story mode, or other modes like Land of Confusion or Arena, maybe even the Demonic Tower. In that case, well, you will naturally upgrade her accessory level. I just have her at level 4 or well, level 3, so she just gets the first upgrade. The skills, of course, you will max them when you can. You need a specific, let's say, currency. The specific point is the Nova skill points. You will get them on the expedition chest as well, natural progression of the game. So nothing to say there. The awakening levels, I don't have anything for her, but as you progress through the realm of shadows, you will be able to upgrade her awakening level, at least at level 10. That will be like a nice upgrade. And what I would recommend to give her there in the awaken level, it's the same that I have for what is she here, for Pretty Little Lentoma, which is percentage of attack, more attack, and you can change it to critical chance if you want, but both choices are good. Coming back to what is not overall, well, now in this case, because she gets 10% crit on her accessories as well as attack and critical damage at resonance level 9, and that combined with her lightning bolt skill where she can at level 5 it says damage dealt by lightning bolt increases 15% by enemies inflicted with shock. That combined with phantom dust, that gives 25% crit boost when attacking a target with HP below 14%, as well as 50% additional damage. That will kind of give you like an idea of what will be the best for Nabe, as well as seeing that she has an S on attack. What I would recommend of the main set for her is the Termination set. In this case, I have not, let's say, not optimal pieces for her set, as I just put her whatever I had remaining from other characters, but it's just for demonstration. In max level relics, or well, max rarity levels, with the prismatic ones, she will get 50% crit and she will nullify 30% of the target's defense when she attacks. So it's 50% crit here, plus 10% crit from her accessories, plus in her skill of Phantom Blade, she will get a 25% crit boost. That is literally 50% crit if she is attacking with her ult someone with 14 or under 40% HP. So I would recommend filling the gap, filling the other 50% crit. Uh, as you can see, my relics here are not really good. Is B rating on literally everything except attack. But I have another character, so I can use it as demonstration for what I will give to the to Nabe in case I upgrade her, in case I use her. Well, I have two. First one I'm gonna go is SSR Entomem, because in the relics I have everything I will need to do a demonstration here. Here she has mostly speed, attack, and damage boost. Is good because, like Naves, is she is also an S rating attack character. But the most important thing will be that I will give him her pieces like this one. Good amount of attack, S rating on speed, defense is just like an extra, and she has crit there. On the weapon, she also has crit, is another 8% there. And on the mask, she has 9.5% more crit. So that will give her right now 68% crit. Imagine that set on Nabe. If I wanted to use Nabe at the highest level I can, I will be giving her that set, so she will be able to have constant critical hits as well as an increased critical damage. So she will be doing more critical damage than, let's say, for example, characters like not upgrading Cicera or Shizu, however you want to call her. And the other character that I could give her relics to will be Metal Veil. Look, she has 7% critical chance there, 10% critical chance there, plus another 7.5%, and another 9%. This will be a way better set because Metal Veil ends having 89.7% critical chance, almost the 100%. And her accessories don't give her a lot, it's just 10% there. So it's literally 79.7% critical chance from the relics and the set. That with combined with Nabe passive, the Phantom Duet, that increases 25% critical chance when hitting someone under 40% HP, will most will literally assure you the 100% crit. It will be a guaranteed critical hit on the enemy, and since Phantom Duet attacks twice in that cases, that will mean that Nabe will have a probability to shot almost any enemy. The ones that will survive will be things like a tank with a very high value of HP, or with shields, like for example Tanko Kyotos, or someone like the Dead Knight who can resurrect with their passive. But aside of those kind of characters, everyone else will be dying to critical hit chance from her ultimate combined with the Phantom Duet second hit. If you can't afford a termination set for Nabe, or you want to be like off meta and change and not use termination set on all the damage dealers, the other one I will recommend will be the Vertmare set. And just because Vertmare set also gives critical chance, uh, let me show you in a moment here, right here. Set Vertmare gains a 20% chance, 40% with the Sparkle set, that is, if the pieces of the set are prismatic rarity. So it will be a 40% chance to reduce the skill cooldown by one round after the skill. In case you cannot afford a termination set to nullify enemy defense, Vertmare will be the second best option because uh, Lightning Bolt, the ultimate skill of Narberol, has, without upgrading, 3 round cooldown, which is pretty normal. But at level 2, she gets 1 turn of skill cooldown reduced. So she will ult and will only have to wait 2 turns before ulting again. Now imagine if you had Narberal with critical chance on the relics and a Vertmare set. That means that first turn she could use the lightning bolt on someone, the ult, and regardless of if she kills the enemy or if she doesn't kill it, if the 40% chance of the Vertmare set activates, she will have to wait just one round to get the ultimate back. It will be one of the fastest recovery rate of ultimates in the game, alongside normal albedo or mage albedo. In any case, if she manages to kill someone at the same time that Vertmare set activates the special skill, that will mean that she could ult, use Phantom Duet to kill the enemy or attack another character, and her very next turn will have ultimate again. So that will be kind of like a nice combo. The best stats that I would say to give in the relics to Narbara will be attack, damage boost, critical chance and critical damage. But of course, in the relics you cannot get everything that you want. It's because almost all these stats get like RNG influence there. So if you cannot get like the four ideal stats for her, giving her a little bit of HP or speed will be another like nice alternative option. HP because she's kind of like a squishy character. She is B rated in HP, so she doesn't have a lot. It's not like a glass cannon, but she is not even close to being a resistant character. She has poor magical defense and like mediocre physical defense, so she will be taking quite a bit when, let's say, a Momon attacks her. So more HP will help her to survive some kind of burst damage or last longer in the fights, so she can shine with her damage, and a little bit of speed because she's slow, and there's a lot of characters that can delay the turn meter or manipulate it to get a turn before. Like say she can steal the speed of Nabe, or Pestonia can boost the turn meter of one ally so they get turn before Nabe and attack her, things like that. Or Ain's negative cast that throws everyone turn meter by 7.5%, so everyone gets their turn delayed. So giving her a little bit of HP and speed won't be bad, but mainly focus on giving her attack, damage boost, and critical chance as well as critical damage. For what you could give in the enhancements to her, the first thing I will focus will be giving her more critical chance and critical damage. Something, for example, like Maid Albedo or Entomahab. Let me check out with enhancements. Like, yeah, try to focus on giving her punch for punch because that will be more critical chance. And if possible, I will say the Hot Pursuit because of a combo that I'm gonna tell in some minutes, as well as a skill or an enhancement called Thunderous Surge. I don't have a lot of characters with that, but I know that for mistake, I have my shelter with Thunderous Surge, or I had no, I had her before. No, yeah, I had her before, not now. But basically, Thunderous Surge, what it does is that when an enemy has shock, it takes an increased percentage of critical damage. And that combines because, well, doesn't it really combines at the first moment, but after the first turn of Nabe, she can put, how is called the effect state, she can put shock on the enemy. So if she puts shock on the enemy, and she has Thunderous Surge on her relics, that will mean that she gets a boost on her critical damage when she's gonna be in the next turns attacking the same enemy with, let's say, the Lightning Bolt or the Thunder Strike, her skills. It will take increased critical damage, that combined with what I said, giving her in the relics crit and critical damage, that will just boost her damage up to the sky. And aside of that, I will just focus on that, giving her critical chance, critical damage, and more enhancements of Thunder Surge. I apologize because I do not have a critical strike bull right here for her, and I don't have a Thunder Surge enhancement to show, but it's very, uh, let me say, it's very similar to what is Play with Fire, and this one, she she has Play with Fire in some of her enhancements. Let me see, here it is. It's very similar. Play with fire says what any target has burned increases the attack by X amount of percentage after the skill, stacking X amount of times. Thunder Surge is like play with fire with in shock version. You get more critical damage to targets with shock on them. And now what I'm gonna say is some characters that can make a nice combo with this character. In any case, someone wants to use it in the playthrough or wants to have a like a team built around Nabe. And mostly for the person who asked me to do this. more than anything else. So the first characters that I'm gonna say that will make a good combo is herself. Nabe and Narveral made a good combo because Narveral and her skill set can use lighting as well. Like her second attack can inflict shock, so it will be like helping the next turn of Nabe. And Chain Dragon Lighting also can put shock on the enemy, and she also does more damage to the enemies that have shock. So, for example, you have this Narveral, I'll build it up. You have it on the team, and you also have this one, the SSR Nabe. You could use the Pleiade version, the SR version, to throw ultimate to the enemy or the second skill in hopes to put the enemy with the state of shock. Also with her arc light that also uses randomly lighting on the enemies, increasing damage to those with shock. So she will be like preparing the terrain. She puts shocks on the enemy. For the next turn, that will be the one of this character, the turn of Nabe. So she can use her ultimate on her very first turn in the hopes of one-shotting or even two-shotting some squishy enemy or some priority target. And she can use Phantom Duet on the very next target or something like that. Another character that makes combo with SSR Nabe would be Yuri, the big sister, because in her skill set, the passive big sister of the Marl, well, it's not this one, or she, yeah, it's this one. Is her passive skill, big sister of the Battle Mate. When she attacks, she has 50% chance of having one of the players member. Oh, sorry, I do not talk well, but this language. Again, Yuri's passive has 50% chance of having one member of the Pleiades with the highest attack and launch an assist, but that can only be once per round. And as you can see right on the left, the game specifies that between the Pleiades, Nabe is one of them. So what you could do is have Yuri using the second skill in her first turn to protect the team because she's the tank. But when she has her second turn, you could use Impact Blow, the ultimate, or the normal strike to attack a priority target and maybe get lucky, get the 50% chance on you of your favor, and then Nabe will hit. That will be good because considering that you will have a critical hit or critical damage boosted Nabe, when she gets or launches an assist, she will hit the enemy, maybe do a critical hit that will be harder than normal. She will be hitting harder than usual, and maybe put shock on the enemy that will prepare the enemy for Nabe next turn when she gets her turn instead of launching an assist to ult the enemy with the lightning bolt and get the kill, or hopefully get the kill. Another character that makes a nice combo with her, it's kind of an unusual one, and it's Pestonia. And mostly because the combination of her ultimate, Divine Boom, with the Arclight. Because when she ults someone with her Arclight, uh, she reduces the cooldown of the primary target random skill by 1 round. And if you get lucky, she can reduce it by 2 rounds instead of one. So what you could be doing is having Pestonia in the team and the two Naves, or well, Nave and Narveral. This one with critical chance upgraded and this one focused on just attack and effect precision. You use this one to ult the enemy so everyone has shock. Then you use Nave with Lightning Bolt with the ultimate in hopes that the enemy already has shock because of the Narveral attack. So she will be getting the Phantom Duet bonification that will be 50% extra damage and 25% critical boost damage when attacking a target with HP below 40%. And if the enemy is not below 40%, the first hit hopefully will be a critical hit and she can activate Phantom Duet to hit the enemy again. And if you two-shot the enemy, she will hit again another enemy. So you could basically like burst down one priority target at the very start of the match, because as you can see, my Nabe already has 45% critical chance with what I could call shitty relics. Yes, that's B rating, B rated, B. This has B and an A, but she doesn't really have crit there. Everything is level 10 of 20 there, and she doesn't have enhancements, she doesn't have awakening levels, she doesn't have the skills level up, she doesn't have the accessories to the max level, she still is missing one star, her arc light is just 1 star, and her arc light also increases her critical chance by 30%, well, at least at 1 star. So something that you could be doing is you prepare the enemy with normal dragon lighting shots, then you use Nabe in hopes of killing the enemy. And even if you don't kill the enemy, you could use whatever tank you want, like for example Yuri, in hopes that Nabe or Narber will attack after her, or you could use something like the Death Knight to protect someone, whatever. And when Pestonia turns activates, you ult Nabe, you give her a turn meter boost so she can attack faster, and you reduce the cooldown of Nabe ultimate, so you could have a Narvel spamming her ult literally. It will be most spammable ult one of the most spammable ults of the game. Sorry for my lack of skill. Another character that you could use is this one, the Platinum Armor or Platinum Dragon's Lord Armor, because between his skills is what is this one, Magic Absorption. This tank character can put shock on the enemy. Well, I think it can. Yeah. When he has 4 stars. At 4 stars, he is able to put shock on the enemy. What does that mean? That if you play him with Nabe or the composition that I already said, you have 1 healer, 1 tank, and 2 damage dealers. From there, the tank and the damage dealers all put shock, so Nabe gets the boost without even trying, and Pestonia can ult whatever you want, in this case will be Nabe, so she can ult faster, and literally she will be able to two-shot the enemy or spam ult so much that the enemy will be overwhelmed. In case you don't have the platinum armor, or you don't have, for example, you don't have Pestonia, you could still be using the team of Narvel, Nabe, and Yuri. So she will be the tank, the defense. You have Narvel to prepare the terrain for the enemy as the damage dealer. You have Nabe as your main heavy hitter, like your executioner. And you could put anyone else you want, like for example, you want a healer, well, you can put Lupus Regina. Or you can put another tank, like if you have this Cicera, you can also. And she will be quite effective because she lowers the enemy's magical resistance, so now we can hit harder with shock. But let's say that, for example, you don't have Narberal, or you have her but it's not greater. Another character that you can use is SR Entoma, and because her skill set, and because she has A rate on speed, that means if you saw the ratings of all the characters, that Entoma is the one most likely to have first turn in an attack, or as the first turn of the combat in arena or story mode or wherever you are. So if she gets the first turn, you could go um, first with Entoma, use Talismanic Maelstrom to get more spells, and she will instantly, as long as you have more than one level on her ultimate, she will instantly get another turn. So she will be able to use, in that case, the Thunderbird Talisman, which is an area of effect attack with shock that will literally hit all the enemies on the screen, bypasses things like shield wall or support because it's an area of effect attack, not a concentrated attack. She has the probability to inflict shock with Thunderbird Talisman is not very high, but at max level she has 100% basic chance, which is very nice. It's almost like a guaranteed shock. But let's say in my case I have more than 100% effect precision on the character on Pretty Little Entoma. Yeah, I'm more like an Entoma enjoyer than a Nabe enjoyer. That's why she has 26k power, and this one has 38k. But you could use her first turn. She puts shock on the enemies. Then you use Narvaral to put more shock on the enemies. Then you have Nabe to like execute the enemies, and just to have like one slot to put wherever you want. Could be Pistonia, it could be Platinum Armor, could be Yuri, it could be Solution for more damage, Lupus Regina for some healing. You can even put things like what it is, like the Murge for extra area of effect damage. You could also put a combination of, let's say, Narveral and Shelter or Valkyrie Shelter because of her Purifying Javelin puts defense down, which is a 30% decrease on the enemy's defense. So that will literally be like a mini termination effect for the enemy because you will lower their defenses and then Nabe will be able to do even more damage to the enemy. Sadly, I cannot really show it because, as you can see, she is not leveled up. But I kind of like try to say a little guide. And as for the runes, she's a ranger. You can see the runes that I have as a more than level 100 player, but it's not crazy because I don't play this a lot. I don't play much holy runes and things to get the to get like the antiques and the relics. As you see, I'm missing number 2 and number 5, and everything else is level 2 or 3 with the relics or the runes that I have. So there is not the great deal there. Also, I don't have a lot of unleash levels. You can see these are the stats. It's not a lot in both characters and arc lights. So I'm not getting like a big boost from there. Yeah, I think that will be all for Nabe. This is like I said, an improvised kind of guide. Later on, I'm gonna try to do another one, of course, with quality, because I here right now I'm not editing nothing. I'm stuttering and committing mistakes because English is not my main language, but I'm trying to say it and use it my voice because I thought that will make it more simple. But yeah, uh, if after this I didn't let it clear, I'm gonna put it on the description, and any doubt will put it on the comments, and I will be answering them. And I'm sure it will be more understandable on text than this video that I did. Also, if I'm not convinced that this is like a decent video, I'm gonna do another one and publish it like the next day with more quality, let's say. And this is for the Nabe character. The person who requested me to do this, it made it for the basic characters, and the comments we like kind of agreed that that was Yuri, DSR Lupus Regina, and the normal albedo, which is this one. It's this one. It's just that I have like an outfit. So probably tomorrow I'm gonna be publishing another version of this about Nabe, but like more organized. And after that, I'm gonna be doing either or the Albedo guide or Tupus Regina or Yuri, either of them, any of them. And after that, I'm literally gonna be open to any request. So if you for example say, oh, I want to know what fits Sisira, this Nick and Church mate, you can tell, you can you could comment. I will see it and say, oh yeah, like for example, she's another character who enjoys having critical chance and high attack. So if you have any request, comment it. And yeah, that's all. So thanks for staying here and hearing my awful voice with my awful English.